Welcome to today's lecture on glass enamel cements part 2. In this lecture we are going to discuss about finishing and polishing of the glass enamel cement, and then properties of the glass enamel cement and various modifications of the glass enamel cements. Finishing and polishing. It is method of reducing the surface irregularities and make the surface shine. So generally the smooth surface is obtained by placing the matrix band while the glass enamel is still setting, and after the initial set, that is about 5 to 6 minutes, the excess cement is removed with the hand instruments. The gross irregularities are removed by the tungsten carbide burst under low speed. If any irregularities are present, they should be removed by using abrasive coated discs. This should be done in the presence of the moisture. Failure to do in presence of the liquid or moisture, what will happen is the GAC tend to desiccate. This results in cracking of the glass enamel cement. At the same time, protect the surface of the glass enamel cement with the help of the Vaseline or any resin bonding agent. The shade of the glass enamel cement appears lighter and more opaque, which the transparency increases as the time goes on due to the maturation of the glass enamel cement. Coming to properties, biocompatibility. The glass enamel GAC prevents the accumulation of plaque due to the release of fluoride, and also the pH of 0.9 to 1.6 seems does not affect the pulp because of low mobility and chelating capacity of polyalkylenic acid molecules, and also their large size. This size is greater than that of the tubular diameter, so they can't pass through the tubules. They tend to cause mild inflammatory responses which persist for about 10 to 20 days. They tend to cause mild post-operative sensitivity. To avoid this, do not remove the smear layer and also seal the internal tubules with the mineralizing agents or resin bonding agents. In case of pulpal exposure, calcium hydroxide is indicated as a subbase below the glass enamel cements. The bonding between the glass enamel cement and the tooth is the dynamic bond, because whenever there is break in the bond between the carboxylic acid group and phosphate and calcium of the tooth, the other calcium ions, fluoride ions and phosphate ions from the outside environment gets into the surface and leads to formation of another bond, a fresh bond. Or free carboxylic ions takes place the formation of new bonds, and this is known as dynamic bonds. At the same time, it has the anti-carcinogenic property in which fluoride ions are allowed to pass through this matrix and cause remineralization of the demineralized tooth. Whenever this fluoride is depleted within the matrix, it can reuptake from the oral environment, and this also can be done by applying the fluoride rich agents, and this is known as fluoride recharge, and the glass enamel cements acts as a fluoride reservoir. Despite of these properties, the glass enamel cement tend to leach in the presence of the water and disintegrate in the oral environment. It has more solubility than zinc phosphate and zinc carboxylate, hence it is termed as are considered as intermediate restoration. So dimensional change, there will be a slight volumetric contraction of 3% during setting, but the resin modified GIC tend to expand. Abrasive resistance, it has less abrasive resistance, so tend to abrade in the oral cavity. At the same time, it is brittle and tend to break, so it is not indicated in heavy load situations. Resin modified glass ionomers cements are high fracture resistance and are almost double that of conventional glass ionomer cements. They are used in cervical areas and also in areas with heavy loads. Thermal diffusibility. The glass ionomer acts as a insulating material generally, and the coefficient of thermal expansion is equal to that of the tooth or dentin. Hence, the glass ionomer is also known as dentin substitute or man-made dentin. Modifications of glass ionomer cements. The metal reinforced glass ionomer cement, in which the matrix is reinforced by the metals. It is generally done in two ways. One is mixing the alloy particle and glass component of the GIC, and other is sintering of the molten metal onto the surface of the glass particles. The first produces miracle mix, and the second component is known as the second type is known as cermet. They are developed to increase the fracture toughness and stress bearing capacity. They are mostly indicated in core buildup of the tooth restored with the metal crowns, and also restorative materials of the occlusal surfaces of primary molars. They do not improve the fracture toughness when compared to the conventional glass ionomer cements, despite their easy manipulation and restorative capacities tend